Welcome into McKee Field at Hayden Park here on the campus of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio for some midweek baseball between the Miami RedHawks and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Paul Fritchner with you here. Reed Mouse to my left is producing today's game, and this is a production of Chatterbox Sports and Love and Honor Live. It is a beautiful day for baseball here in Oxford. The blue sky overhead, not a cloud to be seen anywhere. The wind blowing slightly from left to right, and the left-hander Carson Byers is on the mound for the Miami RedHawks. We are just about set for first pitch, so let's go through the Ohio State starting lineup here to get things going. Leading off for the Buckeyes, it's the left fielder Trey Lipsy, batting second Cade Kern. In center field today, Tyler Petterini batting third. Matthew Graveline gets the start behind the plate. Marcus Ernst is at first base. Nick Irwin bats sixth at third. Henry Kazmar is at short, batting seventh. Josh McAllister is at second, batting eighth. And in the nine hole today for the visiting Buckeyes, it is Mitchell O'Cooley in right field. And once again on the mound for Miami, it is the left-hander Carson Byers. Byers making his sixth start of the season, his 14th appearance. Left-hander with a 9.23 ERA, looking for his first win of the year. Trey Lipsy batting 182, the only Ohio State starter batting below 200 on the season. Just about ready to go. Byers into the wind. And we're underway, 2 minutes past the hour, 6:02 here from Oxford. Miami coming into today's game 11-27 overall. Byers able to even up the count, a ball and a strike going to the outer half of the plate. Ohio State just one game above 500, 18-17 on the season. 1-1 drifts off the plate outside. Byers working off the third base side of the rubber. The 2-1. Throws that one past a swinging Lipsy, and it counts even at 2. Lipsy, Kern, and Petterini here to get this game started. Lefty, righty, lefty. 2-2 runs the count full with a pitch missing outside. Payoff. Fouled away. Look at Miami's schedule coming into the game, having lost 2 of their last 3, but 2-2 in their last 4. Beat Northern Kentucky 16-11 last Wednesday in a midweek game. After the Nuxall Classic loss to Cincinnati. The 3-2 comes inside, and that hits Lipsy. A free pass and the first batter of the game. Lipsy on down to first. Let's take a look at how Miami is stacked up in the field defensively today. Nate Stone is in left. Zach McDonald out in center. Benji Brokman plays right, and then from left to right in the infield, Applewick at third, Weiss at short, Baker at second, and Zaborowski at first. Harrison behind the plate, the other half of the battery, with Carson Byers, who's pitching out of the stretch. There goes the runner. Pitches a little low. The throw down to second is a little late. And Lipsy is into second safely with his 5th stolen base of the season. He's only been caught once, now 5 for 6. Only one midweek game for Miami this week. Back-to-back Big Ten opponents for the RedHawks. Byers falling behind Cade Kern, 2 balls and no strikes. Kern trying to get his average above 300 in this game. He's at 298 right now. Flies this one down the right field line. Brokman over toward the line. Deep backpedaling to the warning track. Shades his eyes from the sun. Makes the catch for the first out, but it does allow Lipsy to go from second to third on the tag. That ball struck well down the right field line. 343 down the right field line here at McKee Field at Hayden Park. 332 down the left field line, 400 to straightaway center. 384 to the right center gap, and 376 to left center. Another lefty here, Tyler Petterini, alternating left and right all the way down the lineup for Ohio State. Petterini, the designated hitter, sophomore. A few underclassmen getting the start today. 3 of the first floor. Ball and a strike now to Petterini. Second best average on the team at 330. Just 3 points below Matthew Graveline, who's standing in the on-deck circle. 1-1 flied foul. Petterini making his 24th start of the season. This is game number 36 for Ohio State. Infield playing in, trying to cut down the runner at home if there's a ground ball. The 1-2. Popped up. Should be playable. Left side of the infield. Backing up is Cooper Weiss. Had to go all the way from the infield to the outfield on that one, across the infield turf. And there's 2 down. Weak contact there from Petterini. Byers gets the pop out. There's 2 down. Miami looking to strand the Ohio State go-ahead runner at third base for the best hitter on the team, Matthew Graveline. Byers starts him off low and in. Most hits on the team this year, 37. Third most doubles with 6. Has a triple on the season. 4 homers.
Like a curveball. It's gonna be here and then it's gonna be over here. So if the catcher doesn't realize that.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Top of the first inning from Oxford. Fly ball down the right field side. That's out of play. Fouled off, and now Miami a strike away after that leadoff hit by pitch allowed Lipsy to reach. Stole second, got to third on the fly out. Trying to end the inning, though, the 1-2. This one closer down the line, but still foul and still out of play. Again, I mentioned back-to-back Big Ten midweek opponents for Miami. That starts today against Ohio State. Then they'll have Purdue next Wednesday. Only 1 midweek game this week and then 1 next week. 1-2. Went inside with a fastball. That one very close. Count now even at 2. Byers wanted that one for strike 3. Having to step off the mound, recollect himself. We'll see what happens here. If able to make him pay, and Graveline takes low and in. And the count goes full at 3-2. That's where you have to find yourself as a pitcher, dig deep when you think you're out of the inning. Work back. He's pitching out of the stretch, even with the runner at third base. Now the payoff. And that's a line drive up the middle. It plates a run. So whereas Byers thought he was out of the inning, a line drive from Ohio State's best hitter puts the Buckeyes in front 1-0. Good piece of hitting in a full count situation by Graveline. Got a pitch he wanted.
Number 2, Marcus Hurst.
Just looking at that fastball, left center cut right over the plate. Graveline turning on it, driving it right back up the middle. And now it's Marcus Ernst hitting .290 on the season. Ernst a senior. Back-to-back seniors now between Ernst and Irwin. Goes swinging, and that's strike 1. Kazmar waiting in the hole. The inning should continue that far, but Carson Byers looking to keep the damage limited. 1-1, catching the outer half. Byers at 21 pitches now. laboring through the inning. There goes the runner, the 1-2. That was low and outside, and no throw from Harrison down to second. Graveline is in with a stolen base, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Graveline, his 5th stolen base of the season, now 5 for 7 on the campaign. Swing and a miss, though, and that ends the inning. They do indeed limit the damage. Miami does. Ohio State able to play to run, but they leave a runner in scoring position. And we'll be back after this on Love and Honor Live. Back here to Hayden Park on the campus of Miami University, and the RedHawks will come to the plate for the first time now after surrendering the run in the top of the first at Ohio State. Stranded runner in scoring position, and now here we are. Bottom of the first inning, Benji Brokman will lead things off for Miami as we roll through the RedHawk lineup. Cooper Weiss batting second, David Novak batting third, Zach McDonald bats fourth, Evan Applewick in the lineup batting fifth. Down at the hot corner today, Nate Stone is in left batting sixth. Rylan Zaborowski, team leader of those 13 bombs on the season. He is at first today. Dylan Baker batting in the 8th spot at second, and Tommy Harrison is behind the plate batting ninth. And all of those batters for Miami will face the right-hander Josh Timmerman, making just his 5th start of the season. He's barely thrown a full game, 9 1/3 innings on the year. He's allowed 9 runs, all earned, so his ERA is sitting at 8.68. And he will be challenged this afternoon by Brokman, Weiss, and Novak to start things off. First one fouled back to Brokman, batting .304 on the season, highest average on this Miami team. Playing in his 34th game of the year. Timmerman ready to go. Next one breaking in, and a late swing from Brokman. A pitch in on his hands, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And a swing and a miss on another breaking ball. Went back-to-back breakers. What a way to start things off for Josh Timmerman. And there's one down in the first inning.
RedHawks shortstop, number 12.
And here's Cooper Weiss. Just the 12th strikeout of the year for Josh Timmerman. Again, hasn't seen a ton of action. Junior from Blacklick, Ohio. First pitch coming in over the head of Cooper Weiss. Timmerman played 2 years at Wabash Valley Community College. (1-0). That one coming in again. Both high and inside. He had an 8-1 record last year. Made 16 appearances, 15 games. Through almost 69 innings, 68 2/3 innings last year. Fanned 85 in that time. He is a strikeout pitcher. Averaged over 11 strikeouts per 9. 2-1. on the inner half. That's strike two. Of course, Wabash, known for their success as a team, played in the third round of the JUCO World Series last year. The 2-2. That came in on the hands of Weiss. That is they're saying, I believe, is a foul ball. But if that went off the nub of the bat, that's either a hit by pitch or they're saying it's a hit by pitch. I mean, if that went off the nub of the bat, it went fair. That would have been an out. It didn't hit the plate, and it rolled fair. If anything, it would have been an out, but they're saying that it hit off his wrist, and that's a base runner. Cooper Weiss is aboard. Miami will take it. RedHawks have their first base runner of the afternoon. Kind of a bizarre play right there. Trainer coming out to have a look at Cooper Weiss, make sure he's okay. Got to bring up David Novak, then Zach McDonald. Again, a beautiful afternoon here in Oxford. Great crowd on hand to watch Miami and Ohio State. Mid-60s, wind blowing from left to right. David Novak, designated hitter, batting .257 on the year. And now,
the Miami designated hitter, number 29, David Novak.
Josh Timmerman going to take a warm-up pitch or two. Home plate umpire Manny Gonzalez tonight. Joe Kimbrough is at first base, and Scott Wyckoff is the third base umpire. Familiar crew for those who are around this area of college baseball. Novak waiting, right-handed hitter. Fastball misses low. Breaking pitch hard for Novak to lay off. Kimbrough says he did not go around down the first base line. Two balls and no strikes. There goes the runner. Good break. The throw down to second on a swing and a miss. The ball gets into center field, but Cooper Weiss will stay at second. That was a good throw from Graveline, or rather a good pitch, not the best throw, and a great jump from Cooper Weiss. The throw got away, but I think either way, Cooper Weiss likely would have been safe. He got a great jump, good secondary lead, and then took off as the pitch came to the plate. So now David Novak in a 2-1 count. Facing Timmerman. Breaking pitch again, and that is right in the zone on the outer half of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the third MAC opponent that Timmerman has faced this year. Kent State and Bowling Green, the other two. Talk more about those appearances in just a moment. Both starts. The 2-2. Check swing, did he go? He did, says the home plate umpire, Manny Gonzalez, did not ask for an appeal. And there's 2 down. Both outs recorded via the strikeout. And Zach McDonald comes to the plate. McDonald hitting .293 on the year. I mentioned Timmerman threw 2 innings against Kent State on April 4th. Made to start against UConn, but then didn't play again for a month and a half. That was all the way back on February 19th. Didn't play until Kent State on April 4th. Has not gone longer than 4 innings yet this year. See if they try to stretch him out in this one. His ERA is largely due to his appearance against Michigan State, in which he did not record an out and he allowed 5 earned runs. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Only threw 18 pitches in that start against Michigan State to allow those 5 runs. Now the 0-2. On April 4th, they made the start against Kent State. It was a game that Ohio State won 7-6. Only allowed the 1 hit over 2 innings. And against Bowling Green, Timmerman threw 4 innings, his longest start. That was last week on April 12th. That was an 8-2 Buckeye win. The 0-2. Had 4 strikeouts and 3 walks, and that's kind of been an issue for Timmerman this year, the free passes. Multiple walks in 3 of his 4 starts. And there is a called strike 3. McDonald leaves the bat on his shoulder. Miami strands the runner in scoring position, and we'll head to the second. Ohio State leads at 1-0 on Love and Honor Live. Miami making a pitching change after just 1 inning on the mound, going quickly to the bullpen. Just 1 inning for the starter, Carson Byers. We'll get you the final line on him here momentarily. Going to Sosna out of the bullpen. Carson Byers threw just the 1 inning. Allowed to run, it was earned on 1 hit. He did not walk a batter, and he struck out 1. Sosna coming in after Byers threw 26 pitches. 14 of those pitches were for strikes.
First to bat in the top of the second. For Ohio State,
Martin Sosna
number 5,
out of Chicago, Illinois, 5'10", 205. He's a junior. Seen him quite a bit this year. And he'll face Marcus Ernst, Nick Irwin, and Henry Kazmar to start things off here in the second inning. So as Reed says, Johnny Holstaff appearance now for the Miami bullpen to get them through the rest of the way. Falling behind of Ernst, 2 balls and no strikes. (2-0) dropping in on the inner half. In 22 innings this year. Sosna with a 6.14 ERA. 2-1. Ground ball to short, but that'll get through into center field. Cooper Weiss dove to his left. Couldn't get there, and it's a leadoff base knock for Marcus Ernst. Now Ohio State with leadoff base runners aboard in back-to-back innings.
Number 6, Henry Kazmar.
Trey Lipsy was hit by a pitch from Carson Byers to start off the game. Now Sosna falling behind his first 2 hitters. Ball and no strikes to Nick Irwin. Check over to first, not in time. That's Irwin at first, rather. Kazmar at the plate. Forgot to mark the scorebook from the last inning, the third out. Kazmar in an even 1-1 count.
We were making lore about Roku City last night. It's the city. Whenever you have a Roku and it has like the loading, like the.
And that fastball outside, 2 balls and a strike.
I know, Omar, it's because last year I had it going, it was the fish tank, yeah.
Well, I looked at Annabelle and I went, what if we kissed in Roku City?
A lot of pressure being put on these Miami pitchers as they try to work back from these counts. 3-1 now to Kazmar.
And I was like, Annabelle, don't tell Mr. Robot Man, but I kind of have a crush on him. And she's like, oh my God.
Another check to first. Irwin at first over there.
Is my brother's best friend who has a crush on Annabelle.
4 for 4 this year, trying to steal. Hasn't shown much of a desire to yet in this appearance. Now he goes. Maybe the hit and run was on as Kazmar took a chop at that, fouled it to the screen, and it's now a full count, 3-2. Josh McAllister, then Mitchell Okuli. This one hit in the air left field. Backing up on it is Stone. And he makes the catch fairly easily for out number 1. Josh McAllister, then Okuli do up the rest of this inning. Oakley, I should say.
Second baseman, number 8, Josh McAllister.
There's a first pitch strike from Sosna, crossing the outer half, 0-1. Number 8 hitter in the lineup is McAllister. Short lead off first for Irwin. Continuing to go away with that pitch and missing off the outer half. 2 hits for Ohio State. 1 to drive in a run, that was from Graveline. Behind on that one, 88 miles an hour. It's 1-2. Mitchell Oakley waiting in the on-deck circle. Trying to roll a ground ball, get out of the inning. Misses off the plate away. From the first base side of the rubber, coming set. And checking just to make sure you don't steal in a 2-2 count, potentially going to a breaking ball. Swing and a miss, and he got him on strikes. The first strikeout for Sosna. Second strikeout of the game overall for Miami pitching. And there's 2 down. That's a big strikeout in a situation like that early in the game. Having to worry about the runner at first, fresh into the game. That's Mitchell Oakley, the right fielder for Ohio State. Again, the only time that Ohio State goes back-to-back on the handedness of a hitter is the 9-1 of the order. Oakley and Lipsy are both lefties. After that, it alternates the rest of the way through. Trey Lipsy is in the on-deck circle. Third batter of the inning now that Sosna has fallen behind. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Ohio State in those road gray pants, scarlet tops, Miami in the white. Ground ball high, chopper to first, and it gets past the first baseman, Zaborowski, who couldn't see it in the sun. Throw going over to third, and the tag won't be applied. That was a ground ball to first that Zaborowski lost in the sun on a high chopper. tried to just keep his body in front of it, but couldn't see it at all. They give an error to Zamborowski on the play. Irwin is able to go first to third.
Left fielder Trey Lipsy.
And we'll see if that comes back to hurt Miami. Saw in the first inning, Carson Byers thought he had strike 3 to Matthew Graveline. Didn't get the call, and then Graveline singled up the middle to give Ohio State the lead. Lineup back to the top now for Lipsy. 1-0 is outside. Middle infield playing back in case of a ground ball. The third baseman Applewick is playing in on the infield turf. First home game for Miami in 2 weeks since April 4th. Played 8 games on the road since that one. 3 games at Eastern Michigan, won that series 2 games to 1, including the Saturday game 21-2. Lost to Cincinnati at UC, 7-5 in 10 innings. And there's a 4-pitch walk to Lipsy. Bring up Cade Kern, the 6th batter of the inning. Played Northern Kentucky, won a high-scoring affair, 16-11. In a game that took almost 4.5 hours down in Highland Heights. 4 hours and 24 minutes for that one. First pitch bouncing low and away to Cade Kern. But a big situation brewing with the bases loaded and 2 down here in the top of the second. Ground ball to second. This should end the inning. Flip over, and that'll do it. Miami gets out of the jam. Ohio State had the bases loaded but couldn't do anything with it. It stays 1-0 Buckeyes on Love and Honor Live. Bottom of the second here from Hayden Park, campus of Miami University, Oxford, Ohio. Gorgeous night for baseball. Ohio State leading it 1-0. Run came in the top of the first inning. Now here we sit, heading into the bottom of the second. Paul Fritchner with you. Reed Mouse producing to my left as we bring you through what is the 39th game of the season for Miami. 36th game of the year for Ohio State. Miami had a runner in scoring position in the bottom half of the first, but Josh Timmerman struck out the side. Brokman, Novak, and McDonald all went down on strikes. Pumping the zone, that one at 92 on a fastball from the right-hander. Here is Evan Applewick. That breaking ball really working. Timmerman using some pace in the 0-2. Applewick laying off, doesn't chase. Applewick, the redshirt freshman, transfer from Indiana. Breaking pitch, a swing and a miss, and all 4 outs so far in this game have been recorded via the strikeout for Josh Timmerman.
Fielder, number 36.
And that's Nate Stone, followed by Rylan Zaborowski. Some power down in the 7 spot of the order, but you got to get through Nate Stone here to get to Zaborowski. Stone hitting 127 on the year. Just 7 hits on the season. Left-hander. Righty in the on-deck circle. Timmerman trying to dot the zone. And lined past first, but oh, it's fair. A late signal from first base umpire Joe Kimbrough. Going around second to third is Stone. The throw will be cut off, and it's a triple for Nate Stone, his first of the season. And with just 1 out in the second, Miami has the tying run at third. Turned on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball and drove it down the first base line. It was a delayed signal from Joe Kimbrough, who initially looked like he was going to call it foul and then pointed in the direction of fair territory. What a huge spot here for Rylan Zaborowski. He was pumping at 93 and swung through it for strike 1. Zaborowski, of course, those 13 homers on the year, the only player in the starting lineup for either team with double-digit homers. A couple of Miami players, Cooper Weiss, of course, Zach McDonald sitting there with 9, right on the cusp. The 0-2. Check swing. Did not go around, says Joe Kimbrough. You got to say, we saw it in the last half inning with Zaborowski at first shading his eyes and making the error on that ground ball to him. A high chopper. But Joe Kimbrough at first is also shading his eyes. It is hard to see on the right side of this field. The 1-2 fouled straight back. Miami trying to tie this game after the Buckeyes took the lead in the top of the first. Matthew Graveline, a single up the middle. The 1-2 popped up. Should be playable on the infield. Zaborowski slams his bat. This could be trouble, and the first baseman Ernst calls everybody off. Nearly a disaster for Ohio State, but Ernst makes the play. The infield was converging on that one. Nobody wanted to call it off until finally Ernst at the very end was the one who saw it into his glove. So now it's up to Dylan Baker to try and drive in Nate Stone, who had the 1-out triple. Baker hitting .258 on the season with 24 driven in. Harrison waiting on deck. Timmerman, a strikeout pitcher. He's up to 15 on the season now. Entered the game with 11. That was his first out, not via the strikeout. Now a ground ball. This is going to be deep in the hole. It's short. The throw to first pulls the first baseman Ernst off the line. Actually gets over to the wall, but it stays in play. And that ties the game. Stone coming across the plate. Dylan Baker driving in the run. Assuming they'll give him a hit for that, they will.
Coming to the plate next, the catcher, number 25, Tommy Harrison.
And it's an RBI single for Dylan Baker. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Tommy Harrison, the tall lefty, catching duties today. Shows bunt, tries to get it down. Now the throw to first. Back in time is Dylan Baker. Harrison hitting 194. Just needs a couple hits to get over that 200 mark. Making his 20th start of the season. The 0-1. Infield is shifted over to the right. Henry Kazmar from short is playing behind the bag at second. The one fielder on the left side of the infield. Timmerman, one strike away from strikeout number 5. The sun continuing to set over to our left, making it hard on the right side of the field. Back in time is Baker. Baker 2 for 2 this year, trying to steal. This one fisted down the third baseline, but foul. Lineup will turn back over for Brokemon if the inning can continue. Good at bat here from Harrison, who continues to fight off pitches. See everything out of the arsenal from Timmerman. Mixing up that breaking ball and the fastball. This one taken down the right field line, but foul. So he's been late on a couple of swings. He's been early now on a swing down the right field line. Counts a ball and 2 strikes, 2 down. Pitch out, throw to first, not in time. That was close. Good throw from Graveline. Two grounded out to second. That's actually the shortstop Kazmar making the play. He was positioned behind the bag, and he was right where he needed to be for out number 3. RedHawks tie the game at 1. Box score almost identical. And we will head on to the third. It's a brand new ball game on Love and Honor Live. Tyler Pennerini leading things off for Ohio State here as we get set for the third inning of action from McKee Field on the campus of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. Pennerini, Graveline, and Ernst, the two up for the visitors from Columbus. Again, coming in with an 18-17 record this year. It's Sosna still on the mound, and he is facing Pennerini for the first time. These are the last three batters he did not face his first trip through the order in the second inning, replacing Byers, who only faced 5 batters. Byers allowed the 1 run in the first. Sosna danced around trouble. The bases were loaded, but he induced the ground ball to get out of the inning. Now we'll see the infield shift and a 2-strike count. From third, Applewick will go over to the second base side of the bag. The bunt is open down the third base line. They pitch him outside on a breaking ball. Two. Maybe trying to go the other way. A little late on that swing. Gentle breeze from left to right here this afternoon. Two lined up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. Going around first is Pennerini. Takes a hard turn, and he'll head on back to first base. Thought about 2, but he'll just settle for the single. That's the third hit for Ohio State, and now in all 3 innings, the leadoff base runner has been aboard. Puts a lot of pressure on you as a pitcher now, having to work this way with the leadoff base runner on. Graveline, then Ernst here in the third. And it hits the batter, Graveline. Now on for his second straight plate appearance. Ohio State in business.
Buckeye first baseman Marcus Ernst.
And Marcus Ernst will bat with 2 on and nobody out in the top of the third. Ernst hitting .290 coming into today, but it's a touch below that now after he struck out in the first. Up the middle is Cooper Weiss in case there's a ground ball. Try to turn 2. That runs inside and nearly hits Ernst on the thigh. That slips and gets the backstop. And if that had been fielded cleanly by Harrison, might have had a play at third. Or thought about it at least. And instead, Pennerini goes to third. Graveline goes to second. Roll that a wild pitch. Ohio State immediately trying to answer that run that Miami scored in the bottom half of the second inning. 3-0 missing outside. A single, a hit by pitch, and a walk to start off this third. Ohio State threatening in a big way and will take some time. Sean Allen going out, or rather, trying to see down the first base line, or the third base line rather, see who's, if any, warming for Miami. Long conversation. I don't see anybody actively up and throwing.
At the plate, number 5, third baseman Nick Irwin.
And Nick Irwin will bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. Pitch crossing the inner half. Strike one. Working ahead now is Sosna. Entered the game in relief after just the one inning for Byers. Sosna now at 36 pitches on his night. That was 37. One. Coming inside and not missing by very much. Two balls and a strike. Hitters count. Ground ball out to third. This could be two. They come home for one and no throw after, but a big first out of the inning. Irwin reaches on the fielder's choice. Petterini is out at the plate 5-2. Everybody else advances 90 feet. Henry Kazmar now
Number 6
comes up, but again,
Henry
we're in a
Kazmar.
situation here where a double play gets you out of the inning. Bases loaded and nobody out, and that changes the whole dynamic of this frame. Top of the third, 1-1 your score. Ground ball to second, but that squeaks through into right field. 2 runs will score. The throw to the plate is cut off. Graveline and Ernst coming home safely. Irwin goes first to third on the play. Kazmar, a 2 RBI single. And Ohio State leads it 3-1. They answer the one run rather in the bottom of the second inning from Miami. Everybody in this inning has reached for the Buckeyes. One out coming on the forced play at the plate. Josh McAllister struck out in the second. Back to the plate here, the 6th batter of the inning. Ball and no strikes, runners on the corners. Aggressive secondary lead from Kazmar at first. Kazmar 5 for 6 on the season stealing. That one touching the lower and outer half of the plate. Getting the call. Now the 2-1 coming up and nearly hitting McAllister in the head. Slipping out of the hand of Sosna. Big 3-1 pitch. Another hitter's count. There goes the runner. It's low and inside, and that's a walk. Bases loaded again for Ohio State.
#24, Mitchell Oakley.
Only other Big Ten team that Miami has played this year, Indiana. Hoosiers beating Miami 13-5 earlier this year. Mitchell Oakley now the batter with one down in the top of the third. Oakley reached on that error in the second inning. And that high chopping ground ball to Zaborowski at first base that he lost in the sun. That game against Indiana I was just talking about for Miami all the way back on February 21st in Bloomington. Been quite a while. And a called strike 3 on the inner half of the plate. Breaking ball there to Mitchell Oakley. Good pitch from Sosna.
Left fielder, Trey Lipsy.
That's the second strikeout for Sosna, third overall for Miami. And the lineup back to the top for Lipsy. Comes inside, and that almost hits him. Two away in the frame. Ohio State had the bases loaded, less than 2 outs last inning, and did not score. This inning, 2 runs have come across. They're threatening for more. With the bases loaded and less than 2 outs again. Mitchell Oakley striking out. 2 away. Miami trying to get out of it. Cade Kern in the on-deck circle if the inning continues to that point. That one fouled off barely as it skips to the backstop. Massive pitch. So Miami trying to limit the damage. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Huge breaking ball there from Martin Sosna. And they are indeed able to limit the damage. We head to the bottom of the third. It's still a tight one on Love and Honor Live. 3-1 Buckeyes.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, check your
Miami looking to answer here in the bottom of the third inning. Ohio State pushing across 2 runs in the top half of the third. And the top of the lineup up, trying to do it right now. Brokman, Cooper Weiss, David Novak, the 2 up. Brokman struck out swinging to start off this game. It's still Josh Timmerman on the mound, the right-hander for Ohio State, who has had that breaking ball working all evening long. Brokman hitting .304 on the year. Goes back to the breaking pitch. 2 in a row to start off Brokman. Now the 3-0. Timmerman has not walked a batter yet today, but he did hit Cooper Weiss. So 1 free pass on the afternoon so far. And there's a strike on the inner half of the plate. Fastball. The 3-1. That hit him. Second hit batsman. Brokman takes his place at first. And the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Cooper Weiss. 7th time this year that Brokman has been hit by a pitch. Only batter in this lineup that hasn't been hit by one is Nate Stone. Cooper Weiss was hit by a pitch last time up. Whole right side of the infield is open if he can wait on one. Try and slap it through. Shows bunt, and this is a nice one. Charging in from third is Irwin. The throw to first. And that does indeed get Whites. Lays down the sack bunt. Pushes the runner over into scoring position. And David Novak will bat with one down. Zach McDonald after with Evan Applewick to follow. The pitch. Low with a fastball. Runner starts to go. Is that a balk? I believe it was. Great base running there from Brokman to draw the balk from Timmerman. Started to go, and then Timmerman knew it right away. Frustrated, he looked back, shook his head. Novak struck out swinging his first time up. RedHawks getting a run now 90 feet away. Fly ball. Shallow right field. Backing up on it is the second baseman, McAllister, and it drops! It dropped. Nobody was there. That's the right fielder Oakley's ball all the way, and second baseman McAllister tried to back up and snag it, but it drops in. That's a hit for David Novak. Goes down as a single. Tying run is on base. Brief pause in the action here as you see a discussion down the first base line.
Brings up number 19.
Bill Masello, the
Center fielder, Zach
head coach for Ohio State, having an animated conversation with Manny Gonzalez and Joe Kimbrough and Scott Wyckoff. Here's Zach McDonald, bottom of the third inning. Grounds this one foul over to the Miami dugout. McDonald struck out looking in the first. That was to end the frame. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Breaking pitch again, this one in the turf. Great move by Graveline to make sure that Novak stayed at first. That ball skipping easily up the third base line. 4 hits in this game for Ohio State, 3 hits for Miami. As the RedHawks cleanup hitter tries to keep this inning alive, keep the line moving. 1-2. Taken down the left field line. This could be extra bases. Novak going around second. He'll stop there. Thought Novak might have a chance at third no matter, or depending on how far that ball rolled. But with just the one out, no need to risk it.
Number 16.
That's back-to-back singles.
And
now here comes Ohio State's pitching coach. I think that's Sean Allen going out there to have a conversation with Josh Timmerman. 3-1 the score, but the tying run on base. 54 pitches now for Timmerman in this game. He has not reached 70 so far this year in his 4 starts. Mid-60s is his highest outing. After missing about a month and a half of the season. Mid-February to early April. Here's Applewick. That comes up and in. Timmerman had a dominant start to the afternoon. The first 4 outs that he recorded were all strikeouts. But since then, no strikeouts. In fact, Applewick was the last batter to strike out. Miami's gone all the way around the order without whiffing. Again, the infield pulled over to the left. McAllister playing directly behind the second base bag. That's the Ohio State second baseman that you see right there in the middle of the screen. So the only player on the right side of the infield is the first baseman, Ernst, who's pretty close to the bag. Maybe 20 feet off the line. Nate Stone, who tripled and scored Miami's only run, is waiting his chance on deck. Popped up left side. We'll see if Ohio State can handle this one. Fairly deep now. It's drifting into the outfield, and Cade Kern waits on it for out number 2. Nate Stone hit a ball in the first inning down the first baseline. He pulled a fastball that was left up on the upper edge of the strike zone. Rolled all the way down in the corner. Initially thought it might be a foul ball. Rolled down into the right field corner by the wall. Motored on into third, really without a play. Does that again here, and this game is tied. Miami trying to chip back into the lead. Already plated 1 run in this inning. Tying run is in scoring position for the RedHawks. Benji Brokman was hit by a pitch. Got the second on the sac bunt. Advanced to third on the balk. Came on in to score. Rylan Zaborowski waiting in the on-deck circle. Ball in, no strikes to Stone. Timmerman wanted that one on the outer half. Again, nobody warming for Ohio State, as this will become the longest outing pitch-wise for Timmerman on the season, barring anything here in the next 3 to 4 pitches. Check the second. Sixth hitter of the inning to come to the plate. Love those Miami pinstripe jerseys. Red stripe down the side. 3-0 green light. It's 3-1. Would have been a strike anyway. Miami this midweek game before 3 this weekend against Kent State. Check to second. Back in time is Novak. Timmerman has been very concerned with Novak at second base. Novak just 4 for 5 this year, stealing bases. Hasn't stolen a ton of them, but doesn't need to. 5-pitch walk to Nate Stone, who's on base for his second time today. And here is Rylan Zaborowski. Billy couldn't draw it up any better for Miami. The 7th spot in the order, Rylan Zaborowski hitting just around 280 on the season. But the tying run now 90 feet away. No balls and a strike, 2 down. Zaborowski an opportunity to do some serious damage here. 32 driven in on the season. That's 3 behind the team leader, Cooper Weiss. The 0-2 spikes it. One-two hit in the air, center field. This one is deep, going all the way back to the wall, and running out of room is Cade Kern. A grand slam for Rylan Zaborowski to straightaway center field. His 14th homer of the season, and it comes in grand fashion.
His 14th home run
Takes the team lead and runs driven in, and it is 6-3 Miami.
That brings up number 21, RedHawks second baseman, Dylan
Zaborowski getting all of that baseball. And now this pitch coming up and in to Dylan Baker. 2 outs in the inning. He was a pitch away from getting out of it, and now Ohio State finds themselves behind by 3. A 5-run inning for the RedHawks. 2-0 to Baker. Straight away center field for Rylan Zaborowski. Home run number 14. And it's a 4-pitch walk for Timmerman.
25, catcher Tommy Harrison.
Dylan Baker has now reached back-to-back plate appearances. Tommy Harrison will come up, the 9th batter of the inning. And that generates some action from Ohio State. Looks as if Jake Johnson, the sophomore, get up and throwing. Timmerman trying to get out of the frame, get those bats back to the plate. Miami answering from the 2 runs in the top half of this inning from Ohio State. 9 combined runs in this game, and we're not even through 3. Have a feeling Timmerman's going to start checking over here to first. This is likely the last batter that Timmerman will face. Trying to give Johnson some time to warm up in the bullpen. Crowd here on hand enjoying that grand slam from Zaborowski. That one coming inside, almost hitting Harrison. Allows the runner to get to second. And Dylan Baker will stay there, not trying to get to third. 2 outs, and it's a 2-0 count. Timmerman is falling apart here in this inning. After such a strong start for Timmerman, did allow that triple last inning, but other than that, just the 1 hit. Came into this inning, hit Benji Brokemon, and it all unraveled from there. The sac bunt, a single, fly out, there were 2 outs, a walk, and then the grand slam. Tommy Harrison grounded out to second, or rather to short to end the last inning, but it really was out to second as the infield was shifted over to the right side. Kazmar, the shortstop, was the one to field it, but it was on the second base side of the bag. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking pitch, line foul. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. The inning stays alive. It's been about a 20-minute half inning here as the Miami hitters have made Timmerman work for it. Payoff pitch, and what could be Timmerman's last pitch of the evening. Gonna have to wait after a check to first or to second. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 6-3 Miami off the grand slam. "3-2. Hit into left center. This will drive in another. It'll get all the way to the wall and split the gap. Harrison into second, standing up. 7-3 RedHawks. All 9 batters come to the plate in this inning. Benji Brokman, who was hit by a pitch to start the inning, will come to the plate. And that should do it for Timmerman, who had a great first 2 innings, but couldn't get it done here in the 3rd. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the new pitcher, Jake Johnson, after this on Love and Honor Live. It is 7-3 Miami as the RedHawks have sent 9 men to the plate in this half inning alone, and they have plated 6 runs. Still just 2 outs. And a new pitcher into the game, a right-hander for Ohio State. It's Jake Johnson, the sophomore, Medina, Ohio. He's replacing Josh Timmerman.
Once again, the batter,
Jake Johnson, the righty, appeared in 25 games last year as a freshman for the Buckeyes. He's thrown 10 1/3 innings this year, trying to get Ohio State out of this inning. Fourth lowest ERA on the team. This one into right field, and it stays up into the glove of Mitchell Oakley. the inning is over. Not before Miami plates 6 runs. The RedHawks take a 4-run lead at 7-3 into the 4th.
6 runs on 4. Ohio State is the center fielder, Cade Kern.
Back here for the top of the 4th inning from McKee Field at Hayden Park, and we are ready to go in a game that the RedHawks lead 7-3. Cade Kern to the plate. Tyler Petterini, then Matthew Graveline, the batters in this one. And first pitch from Sosna drifts up and in. Ball and no strikes to the number 2 hitter in the Buckeye lineup. Miami plating 6 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Now they have to try and hold the Buckeyes at the top of this order. Ohio State has sent at least 5 men to the plate in all 3 innings so far. Kern, a fly out to right, then a ground out to second to end the 2nd inning. This one coming in, up and in, almost hits Kern. The 3-1. That's inside and promptly a leadoff walk. Kern never swung the bat in that at-bat. Tyler Petterini will come up, and that'll do it for Martin Sosna. Faces just 1 batter in the 4th. And Miami is going to go to the bullpen. Sosna started the 2nd through the 3rd, and now 1 batter in the 4th. So 2 full innings for Sosna. And we will go to the bullpen, tell you more about the new pitcher after this on Love and Honor Live. 7th appearance of the season for Luke Ross. Can't close the line on Sosna yet because that runner on first base, Kern, is his. And the first pitch is a called strike from Luke Ross to Tyler Petterini. Luke Ross last pitched last week against Northern Kentucky. Before that, it was against Xavier. So just one appearance in the last 8 games for Luke Ross. Last 7, rather, since Xavier. Has a 16.8 ERA on the season, 16.88. He has walked 10 batters in his 8 innings of work. Has not gone longer than 2 innings in any outing. Shortest outing was just 2/3 of an inning. Pitched against Georgia Tech, then back-to-back appearances against Wright State. Before throwing against Bowling Green, Xavier, and Northern Kentucky. His only scoreless outing of the season, or 2 of the 6 coming into today. Threw an inning and a third of scoreless baseball against Wright State and held Northern Kentucky off the board last week. That was last Wednesday night. 2-2. Upstairs, that gets out of the glove of Tommy Harrison to the backstop almost. Cade Kern goes to second. Oh, that a pass ball. And Tyler Petterini now with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. And a swing and a miss. There's the first down of the inning. And a strikeout for Luke Ross. Good way to fight back there on a full count. Luke Ross gets his 12th strikeout of the season. Here's Matthew Graveline. And a pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Ernst is next, then Irwin to follow. Dancing far off second is Kern. Graveline goes swinging at a ball low. Graveline singled to drive in the Buckeyes' first run of the game in the first inning. Ohio State had the lead in the top half of the third before surrendering it with 6 runs for Miami in the bottom half of the inning. Graveline, a swing and a miss. Luke Ross looking for back-to-back strikeouts to start off the outing. And it's a pitch inside, the throw to third, almost. A really good throw from Tommy Harrison, but a stolen base for Cade Kern, his team-leading 11th of the season. Luke Ross went to IMG Academy. Had just a 1.8 ERA as a senior in high school. Opponents hit 155 against him. Really, really good senior year at IMG. 3-2 outside, and that's a walk to Matthew Graveline. So whereas he got ahead 1-2, he lost him on a free pass.
Marcus Ernst.
That's the 5th walk of the game for Miami pitching. Marcus Ernst now the batter. And he lines one into right. That'll drive in a run. Going first to third on the play is Graveline. The throw will be cut off before it gets there. And it's 7-4. RBI single for Marcus Ernst. That's his 19th run driven in of the season. Now 1 for 2 on the afternoon. After walking and scoring his last time up, struck out in the first. Nick Irwin has reached both times. 1 for 2 officially, reached on a fielder's choice last time, but he has been stranded at third. Both the times up. One-0 misses away. Ohio State tying run in the box. Been a back and forth game. Ohio State had the lead to start. Miami responded to tie the game. Ohio State responded to take the lead. Then it was the 6-run bottom of the third for Miami, which is how we got to this point. The 3-1. Up and out. That's ball 4, and that's the 6th walk of the day for Miami pitching. Third straight time Nick Irwin has reached. Doesn't look like anybody's warming for Miami. Not really that there would be. He's only thrown 18 pitches. Luke Ross has, I should say. But the bases are loaded. That does immediately put the tying run on base. 5 of the 6 batters to come to the plate in this inning, or rather 4 of the 5, have reached. Pitch in the dirt. Miami pitchers just having a ton of trouble finding the zone. Henry Kazmar is the batter now. Josh McAllister, then Mitchell Oakley. Foul tip into the glove. Ross does have a strikeout. Came against his first hitter, Patarini. Looking for strikeout number 2. And he got it. 2 down in the inning. Bases still loaded for Ohio State. They have had the bases loaded the last 2 innings with 2 outs and have not scored. We'll see if this inning is any different. McAllister takes a pitch in the turf. From third, Graveline thought about coming to the plate, but that one actually, I think that hit the home plate umpire, Gonzalez, and it stayed right by the plate. Manny Gonzalez may be helping out Miami there. Second backstop. One-0. Got to be careful here, falling behind a hitter 2-0. Want to walk in a run and put the tying run in scoring position. Oakley in the on-deck circle is 0 for 2. Floats that one in at 88. Two one. And he walks in a run. That is the 7th walk of the day for Miami pitching. 3rd walk for Ross. That's been something that he has really struggled with.
Mitchell Oakley.
Now on the season, that is 13 walks in 8 2/3 innings. Walks in a run, and the tying run is in scoring position. And the first pitch up and away. Eighth batter of the plate, or of the inning rather, at the plate for Ohio State. Luke Ross has thrown 27 pitches in this inning. 16 of those have been outside of the zone. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Oakley reached on that error in the second. High chopping ground ball to first. It got lost in the sun. Zamborowski couldn't see it. Struck out looking his last time up. Back-to-back strikes from Ross. Also can close the line on Sosna. 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. Sosna 59 pitches, 24 for strikes. 2-2. Outside. Ross grounds it into right field. That'll plink 2, and we're tied. Ohio State immediately gets the runs back that they allowed in the top half, or the bottom half rather, of the last inning. 2-run score on the bases loaded. 2 RBI single from Mitchell Oakley. So whereas Ohio State has had trouble scoring with the bases loaded in this game, had the bases loaded twice in the last 2 innings and failed to score with the 2-out bases loaded situations. Now a 2 RBI single for Oakley. His 23rd and 24th runs driven into the season. There goes the runner to second. The throw down, not in time. Oakley steals his 3rd base of the year. Trey Lipsy is the batter. 9th batter of the plate to come to the inning. Or 9th batter of the inning to come to the plate. One ball and 1 strike. First base is open. Two strikeouts in the inning for Ross, looking for a 3rd to end the frame. The 2-2. Grounded to second, and it's off the glove of Baker. 2 more Ohio State runs will score. McAllister crosses. Oakley comes around. It's a 2 RBI single for Lipsy. And just like that, Ohio State leads it 9-7. And that'll do it for Luke Ross. So this will be our 2nd pitching change of the inning. Ross faces 8 batters. 6 of them score. 3 of them were walked to reach. Did earn 2 strikeouts. And we will be back with the new pitcher after this on Love and Honor Live. Ohio State has roared back to take a 2-run lead. They have plated 6 runs here in the 4th inning.
Cade Kern.
And Cade Kern comes to the plate. And that first pitch is over the outside half of the plate. Strike 1. Again, Cade Kern, 10th batter to come to the plate this inning. New pitcher, Patrick Mastry in the 4th. Transfer from Michigan, redshirt sophomore. Ground ball to the right side, and that sneaks through into right. It's another hit for Ohio State. First to third on the play goes Lipsy. And Cade Kern has a 2-out base knock. Inning stays alive for Ohio State.
Number 42, Tyler Petterini.
And Tyler Petterini comes in to face the 4th different pitcher that he's seen today. Petterini was the first batter to face Luke Ross in this inning. Miami's big issue today has been controlling the free passes. They have walked 7 batters in 3 2/3 innings. Ohio State 9 runs on 8 hits. Another check to first. That was fairly close. That one missing outside, 2-0. Not missing by much. Trying to run that fastball to the outer half. 2-0. Comes inside, and it's 3-0. Feels like all these Miami pitchers continually falling behind. 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-0. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Petterini. One of just 2 Ohio State hitters that have not yet scored in this game.
Number 9, Matthew Gravelin.
Henry Kazmar is the other. 12th batter of the inning is Matthew Graveline. Base is still loaded for Ohio State. Fastball crosses the outer half. Graveline today has reached all 3 times. Single, a hit by pitch, and a walk. I think Graveline thought that one may have been a bit up and out. One and two with 2 down. Pitch. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. Ohio State scores 6, and they retake a 2-run lead. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th on Love and Honor Live.
4 hits, no errors. for the RedHawks in the bottom of the fourth inning. Number 12. Shortstop.
Back for the bottom of the fourth inning. And we are ready to go with Ohio State leading it by 2. Cooper Weiss, David Novak, Zach McDonald, the due-up in this frame. Then Applewick, should the inning get there. Again, it was a 6-run top of the fourth for Ohio State. Answering back the 6 runs that Miami scored in the bottom half of the third. This one fouled away over to the right side. Jake Johnson still on the mound for Ohio State. Had about a 25-minute layoff there. Trying to stay warm in between those half innings. Weiss today has reached once. Last time up, moved the runner over on a sac bunt. That was the first run of that third inning that Miami would eventually score. 1-2. This one lined out into left, and that'll drop in. A bloop single for Cooper Weiss. I mentioned all the Ohio State starters that have scored today. Weiss and Harrison are the only 2 from Miami that haven't scored today. Here's David Novak, then Zach McDonald. Novak single and scored in the third. Struck out in the first. All 3 outs in the first came via the strikeout. Lined out into left, and it's back-to-back singles to start off the fourth inning for Miami. Tying run immediately to the plate, and a good start for this Miami team looking to answer. They've done it both times after Ohio State has scored. Ohio State played the run in the first, then Miami answered with the run in the second. Ohio State's 2 in the third, Miami's 6th in the third. And now they have to do it again. One ball, one strike. Check to second. That nearly gets into center field. Josh McAllister had to go over to his left, make that play. You can see McAllister playing up the middle. Check again. That one a better throw. But still back in plenty of time is Cooper Weiss. Did steal second in the first inning. His 6th steal of the season. 1-1. Ohio State going to take some time here, go out and have a conversation with Jake Johnson. Still nobody out in the bottom half of the fourth inning. 9 runs on 8 hits for Ohio State. 7 runs on 8 hits with an error for Miami, and that's how we've gotten here. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First out of this fourth inning. Second strikeout of the day for Zach McDonald. He went down looking in the first. And that'll do it for Jake Johnson. His day is over. Ohio State will go to the bullpen. See, maybe that was a quick conversation just to let Johnson know that was his last batter. So we're going to have a mid-inning pitching change. And we will be back with they made a signal. Still waiting for him to come out of the bullpen. There he comes. And we'll be back in just a minute with the new pitcher for Ohio State. Nolan Clegg is the new pitcher for Ohio State, the third pitcher of the day. Nolan Clegg, a graduate student from Toronto, Ohio. Went to Toronto High School. Thrown 22 1/3 innings this year for Ohio State. This is 5th year of collegiate baseball. And a ground ball snagged at third by Irwin. The throw to second for 1. No throw on to first. Applewick is retired Applewick reaches on a fielder's choice. Cooper Weiss gets to third. Novak is retired 5-4 on the fielder's choice. That's Applewick, who is now 0 for 3. And Nate Stone, who is 1 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Comes to the plate trying to maybe tie the game. Extra base hit could do that. Nolan Clegg, primarily a hitter during his time at Ohio State. But he has thrown, as I mentioned, over 22 innings this year for the Buckeyes on the mound. 5.2 ERA on the season coming into today. Seven walks, 26 strikeouts. Two balls, no strikes, 2 down. Bottom of the order now. Stone, Zaborowski, then Baker. Runners on the corners. At first, it's Applewick. At third, it's Weiss. Hit in the air, left field. This one is deep. going back to the wall, but short of the warning track, actually. That looked deeper, the route that Lipsy was taking off the bat. But that'll do it in the inning. Miami fails to score. They get a couple hits. They leave runners on the corners, and we'll be back after this. We head to the fifth on Love and Honor Live.
Marcus Ernst.
Marcus Ernst leading things off, then Nick Irwin, then Henry Kazmar here in the top half of the fifth inning. Ohio State trying to build on to their two-run lead. This one out into the center field, left center gap, really. Zach McDonald there to make the catch. Quickly one away in the top of the fifth. Nick Irwin, then again Kazmar. It's been a back-and-forth game. Pitching struggling on both sides. 16 combined runs, 16 combined hits. Nobody really warming for Miami or Ohio State. .1-0 running inside. Irwin today has reached all three times. Single, fielder's choice, a walk. He has scored a run. Every batter in the starting lineup for Ohio State has reached at least once. This game now 2 hours old. 8:02 here in Oxford. Fly ball foul, but potentially playable. And that gets down around the bullpen for Miami. Two balls and two strikes. Sometimes you see those hitters chase those fastballs upstairs. Good decision there from Irwin to lay off. Popped up on the infield, should be playable again. Cooper Weiss from short. 2 down. It's Kazmar, number 7 hitter in the order.
Number 6.
1 for 3 today.
Kazmar.
Again, I mentioned one of the 2 Ohio State hitters to not yet score today. Other one being Tyler Petterini in the 3-hole. But both sides really having a lot of success all up and down the lineup. See that out of the Miami side. 6 of their 9 hitters have all scored. Nate Stone has scored twice. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's a 1-2-3 inning, the first of the day for either team. And we will head to the bottom of the 5th, 9-7, Ohio State. Back here for the bottom half of the 5th. Zaborowski leads things off for Miami. The RedHawks trying to rally from down 2. At the bottom of the order for the RedHawks. Zaborowski, Baker, then Harrison. Zaborowski grounds it foul down the third base side. Miami had a really successful third inning. Sent 10 men to the plate, scored 6 times. Haven't really been able to figure out Nolan Clegg too much. Can close the line on Jake Johnson. 2/3 of an inning for him. Did not allow a run on 2 hits. Did not walk a batter, struck out 1. Johnson only threw 12 pitches. 8 of those were strikes. It was Zaborowski who hit that grand slam last time up, and he follows that with a ground ball through the left side for a leadoff single here in the 5th. Brings a tying run to the plate.
Second baseman, Dylan Baker.
Dylan Baker walked and scored in the 3rd. Singled in the 2nd. Baker, redshirt sophomore out of Tampa. Transfer in here to Miami. Ninth hit of the day for Miami. That single there from Zaborowski. Late swing on a breaking ball. McAllister playing right up the middle. Big hole on the right side. Nobody standing over there except the umpire, Scott Wyckoff. Called, strike 3. Outer half of the plate. Baker didn't like it. That's the first strikeout for Nolan Clegg. Mentioned a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio for Clegg. Only 7 walks on the season. Mid-20s on the strikeout count. Here's Tommy Harrison with 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. And a called strike on the inner half. Clegg starting to generate some pitching momentum here, find the zone. Infield shifts from left to right now. No balls and a strike. Crowd still hanging around here as the RedHawks and the Buckeyes do battle. Benji Brokemon waiting in the on-deck circle. That one missing away, a ball and a strike. Runner on first, Zaborowski. Not much of a chance for Ohio State to turn two the way the infield is situated. Pretty good opportunity for Miami if Harrison's able to drive the ball the other way. Single his last time up. Grounded out to short in the second inning. Two-one. Taken into shallow left center field, going over for it, and not able to get there is Cade Kern. Zaborowski going first to third, and diving into second is Tommy Harrison. A better throw from Kern at second would have probably gotten Harrison, but that throw was so far off the second base bag that Harrison was able to slide in safely. Again, first to third on the double goes Zaborowski. It's a double for Harrison. Harrison recording his third double of the season. Now a single and a double on the day. Nobody warming for Ohio State as Clegg tries to get through this. This the sixth batter that he's faced. Swing and a miss. That ball, luckily for Ohio State, bounces out in front of Matthew Graveline. Miami right in this thing. RedHawks with the tying run at second right now. Two runners in scoring position and less than 2 outs. Brokemon staying alive. He's 0 for 2 today. Did get hit by a pitch. Scored in the third. Oh-2. Called. Strike 3 over the outer half. Not sure Brokemon was expecting that one. What he was looking for there, because may have thought that one was an inch or two outside. Now it's Cooper Weiss with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs in the fifth. Want to know the count. Bottom of the fifth. Josh McAllister again playing right behind the bag at second. It's worked for Ohio State today on ground balls. It's a 4-pitch walk to Weiss. Second time he's reached on a free pass today. Got hit once. Third time in 4 tries he's been on base. Only time he hasn't was the sac bunt. Moved Brokman into scoring position. Got over to third on a balk, and then he scored. Here's David Novak. A couple of singles today. Really big spot in the middle part of this game. Time taken as Graveline goes out to have a word with his right-hander. Clegg had been doing just fine. Then allowed the double and the walk. Does have a couple of backwards Ks in this frame. Ground ball to the left side. This could tie the game. Staying at third, though, is Tommy Harrison. Station-to-station advancement for everybody on the base paths. Zaborowski comes across, scoring his second run of the game. Harrison is in. Cooper Weiss goes up to second. Novak with his third hit in the last 3 innings. And the 7th batter of the inning is Zach McDonald. Miami has sent at least 4 men to the plate in every inning. Ohio State has not yet faced the minimum. The only inning in which the minimum has been faced was the top half of this frame. A 1-2-3 inning for the Miami pitching staff in the form of Patrick Mastrian IV. McDonald goes chasing at a pitch way outside. He was throwing his head back as he swung. Guessed wrong, and he knew it. Behind 0-2, and he swings and misses again. Can't lay off. Miami strands the bases loaded, leaves the tying run at third, and we'll be back for the 6th after this on Love and Honor Live.
3 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base.
Top of the 6th inning here from McKee Field at Hayden Park. And it is Ohio State and Miami doing battle in a midweek game. Ohio State currently leading 9-8, and that's coming off their first 1-2-3 inning of the game. And the last frame in the top of the 5th, a swing and a miss from Josh McAllister, and it's 0-1. See how we got here in this one. It's been all over the place. 1 run in the first for Ohio State. Miami tying the game in the bottom half of the 2nd. Then in the top half of the 3rd, Ohio State responded for 2 before Miami struck for 6 in the bottom half of the 3rd. Ohio Sate right back with 6 of their own in the top of the 4th. Miami plated a run in the bottom of the 5th, but left the bases loaded. Fly ball right field. Benji Brokman there, and that is now 5 straight batters retired by Miami pitching, and in particular, Patrick Mastrian, the 4th. Mastrian,
Number 24, Mitchell.
strikeout,
Oakley.
fly out, pop out, strikeout, now a fly out over the last 5 batters. Here's Mitchell Oakley. These Ohio State hitters have been much more aggressive against Mastrian in the last inning. Taking a lot of big cuts. Lineup will turn over here after Oakley. Did single and score in the 4th. Drove in a couple. One ball and a strike. Back-to-back outside the zone. Nobody warming for Miami. Top of the 6th. Mastrian now having thrown 23 pitches in this one. 24 is a strike. 15 have been strikes. The payoff. Do it again. Hit in the air, center field, playable. McDonald for out number 2. 6 in a row now retired by Mastrian. He's been the most effective pitcher of the night for either team.
28, Trey Lipsy.
That's 2 full innings now for Mastrian, dating back to the end of the 4th. He's thrown 29 pitches. There's 30. He's walked 1, struck out 2. This is the 9th batter that he's faced. This one ripped on one hop out to second, knocked down by Baker, unable to make the play. That would have been tough anyway to even get up and make the throw. Would have had a shot at it, but either way, a hit for Trey Lipsy. Second hit of the day for the Ohio State left fielder. Was hit by a pitch, reached on a walk. 4th time on base. Here's Cade Kern. Kern has been on his last 2 times up. A walk and a single. Miami out-hitting Ohio State 11-9. There goes the runner. Throw down. Got him! A good throw and a better tag. And that'll end the inning. A really well-executed throw down to second. And he faces the minimum here in this inning. Kern will be back at the plate in the 7th. But for now, we'll head to the bottom of the 6th, 9-8, Ohio State. Back here for the bottom half of the 6th inning between Miami and Ohio State, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Buckeyes. He stands at 6'6", 240 pounds. It's Wyatt Longcar. Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Paul Fritchner sitting here alongside Reed Mouse, who usually is calling these games. Done a great job all season. He had over 100,000 people listen to Reed over here over the weekend. Oklahoma softball in town for the Miami Invitational. Be sure to like, subscribe to this channel. We'll have all the Miami action throughout the rest of this season. Another jam-packed weekend this weekend of softball and baseball. Plenty more sports content for you all over the place if you enjoy that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And the first pitch is hit a mile down the left field line, but foul off the bat of Zach McDonald. That's what I thought. Make that Evan Applewick. And Applewick looks at a ball off the plate away. One ball and one strike. Bottom of the 6th. Miami left the bases loaded in the last inning. Zach McDonald striking out swinging. And the 1-2 diving low and away. Nate Stone to follow before Zamborowski, who had that grand slam in the 3rd. Check swing, he went around, says home plate umpire Manny Gonzalez, no appeal. First strikeout for Longcar. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ohio State pitching can close the line on Nolan Clegg through an inning and 2/3. Clegg allowed 3 hits, 1 run, it was earned with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Wyatt Longcar facing Stone, and then Zamborowski. Stone tripled in the 2nd inning, his first triple of the year. Just snuck inside the first base line and trickled down into the corner. Two and one. That fastball barely missing away. Longcar, 9.53 ERA on the season. This is his 12th appearance, all out of the bullpen. 11 1/3 innings. And there's a walk. Second walk of the day for Stone. Tying run is aboard.
15, Ryland Zamborowski.
That's Longcar's 11th walk, so he averages just about a walk an inning. Yeah, 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. 11 strikeouts, 11 walks. There's Zamborowski. Put a charge into a baseball in the 3rd. Straight away center field. A grand slam, his 14th home run of the season. Dylan Baker to follow before Tommy Harrison. This one hit a long way to right, but just got under it. Oakley for out number 2. Could hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd as that ball drifted into the night sky.
Number 21, Dylan Baker.
Bottom half of the 6th inning. Baker reached his first 2 times up, a single and a walk, before striking out looking in the 5th. Miami a midweek game before Kent State this weekend. Fourth batter of the inning. Longcar works ahead, 0-2. The 0-2. That's in the dirt, low and away. Ball and 2 strikes. Fouled straight back. They came in on the hands of Baker. Tough play. He was able to just fight it off. Benji Brokemon over to pick that one up. Infield shaded over to the left again. Grounded foul. I'll tell you, Josh McAllister, I don't know if he's wearing a Fitbit out there, but he's getting his steps in, going from the left side of the infield to the right, back and forth all night long. The 1-2. Popped up, but foul. Harrison after. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Graveline, and that will do it for the 6th. We're going to head to the 7th. It is still a one-run game that Ohio State leads on Love and Honor Live. Top of the 7th inning here from Oxford, Ohio. Miami and Ohio State doing battle here on this Tuesday night at McKee Field at Hayden Park. Great to have all of you with us. Paul Fritchner with you from Ohio, from Oxford. And the first pitch is fouled down the right field line. Reed Mouse producing all night long. We'll have the action for you this weekend with baseball and softball in town this weekend. Right here on Chatterbox Sports. This one hit in the air left field. Stone back to handle it. And he lost it in the lights. That's why you keep running. Cade Kern, who was at the plate in the last half inning, when the inning ended by a Trey Lipsy caught stealing. He just kept running, ended up at second. That ball got lost in the lights. Hard to see here as the night has turned to dusk and evening. And that's a double. Ohio State looking to extend their one-run lead here in the top of the 7th. Tyler Petterini, then Matthew Graveline. Marcus Ernst after. The 1-0. Up and out, 2 balls and no strikes. Petterini today has reached twice, a single and a walk. Check to second. Good throw. That ball squirts away. Three-one. Outside, a 5-pitch walk. So the double to start the inning that should have been caught in left field. And then a walk, and now all of a sudden,
Number 9,
2 base runners aboard with nobody out.
Graveline.
It's Matthew Graveline. All of a sudden, for the first time in a little while, we're seeing Mastrian struggle. Second time through the order for him. After the walk, he's fallen behind Graveline. 3 balls and no strikes. Walked today already. He's hit by a pitch and he's singled. The 3-0. There's a strike that splits the plate. And that's inside. Ball 4. Another walk. Back-to-back walks. And Miami will go to the bullpen. So that'll be it for Mastrian. Bases loaded. Nobody out. And a new pitcher for the RedHawks. We'll see who it is and tell you more about him right after this. Nick Vardavis has completed 28 innings on the season, and he enters in a high-leverage situation against a Big Ten opponent. Ohio State with a one-run lead in the 7th inning, but trying to add to it. It is 8-7, make it 9-8 Buckeyes in the top of the 7th inning. Inning started with what we thought was going to be an easy out for the RedHawks. A fly ball into left, routine, but it got lost either in the lights, or it got lost in the night sky, one of the two. But the ball dropped harmlessly to the turf. It wasn't an error. They just didn't know where it was. And back-to-back walks have loaded the bases. Now a situation for Marcus Ernst where he could blow this game open with nobody out. Marcus Ernst, then Nick Irwin. One ball, no strikes. Kazmar to follow. Taking a big swing there on a 1-0 pitch. Ball and a strike. That's outside, 2-1. Ernst today, a single and a run scored in the 4th, a walk and a run scored in the 3rd. It's 1 for 3. He was part of that barrage. 12 men came to the plate for Ohio State in the 4th inning. They scored 6 runs off of them. The 5th pitcher here of the afternoon, and now the night, for Miami. A game that's just over 2 hours and 40 minutes old. The 3-1. Grounded out to second, but that gets through into center field. Around third comes Pennerini, and the throw goes into short. From first to third goes Graveline. It's a 2 RBI single for Marcus Ernst. The lead stretches to 3 for Ohio State.
Number 5, Nick Irwin.
And now it's Nick Irwin, who reached his first 3 times to the plate. A single, then a fielder's choice, then a walk. Things have been more quiet the last few innings for Ohio State. Not now, here into the 7th. All 4 men that have come to the plate have reached. 2 of them have scored. The other 2 are on base. We're still rolling. 11-8 Ohio State. Check swing, foul tip. Nick Vardavis entered this game with a 6.11 ERA. He faced Ohio twice over the weekend. Through a third of an inning, game 1, and then through 4 innings, game 2. That was his longest outing of the season by innings. Generally no more than 2 innings or so for Nick Vardavis. Maybe trying to get them through the end of this game, although they may go to 1 more. 2-0 check swing, and that keeps Irwin alive. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the 7th. Breaking pitch and a huge swing from Irwin, but he comes up empty. First strikeout for Vardavis.
Number Number 6, Henry Kazmar.
On the day for Miami, that's the 9th strikeout as opposed to 10 walks. All 11 runs have been earned for Miami. Check swing on Kazmar, and he did not go around, says Scott Wyckoff at third base. Looked initially like he might have. Kazmar has struck out the last 2 times up. That would be just what the doctor ordered if you're Miami. In a situation like this with runners on the corners and already 2 in. You can see Vardavis really trying to work the outside half of the zone. 2-0, grounded to the right side. This could be 2. To short for 1. On to first. A double play. Talk about what the doctor ordered. That's even better than a strikeout. That's 2. A 4-6-3 double play. And it's time to stretch. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Ohio State plates 2. It's 11-8 Buckeyes on Love and Honor Live. We are rocking and rolling into the bottom of the 7th inning. It was time to stretch. I'd sing it for you, but I don't want to blow your eardrums out. It's 11-8 Ohio State. They got 2 runs in the top half of this inning. Miami 9 outs left to try and tie this game. They had the lead, and a pretty significant lead at that. It was 7-3 in the 3rd, but there was still a lot of time left, and we have seen a lot transpire since then. It is now 11-8 for the team from Columbus. Put 9-1-2 of the Red Hawk order up. So you're going to see the top of the Miami lineup at least one more time. All they need is 3 runs. 6 of Miami's 8 runs all came in the 3rd inning. And half of Miami's runs came off one swing. A grand slam from Rylan Zaborowski. Here's Tommy Harrison to lead off the bottom of the 7th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harrison today, 2 for 3, a single and a double. Strike 2 crossing the outer half. 1-2 the count. Both teams with 11 hits. Miami the only defensive blemish. Didn't lead to an unearned run though, the 0-2, or rather the 1-2. Count should be 2-2 on the scoreboard out there. And the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's in the turf, ball 4. And a leadoff base runner reaches.
Benji Brokman.
Lineup flips for Benji Brokman. Brokman takes a pitch up and in. Cooper Weiss, then David Novak. Swing and a foul tip. It's 1-1. Novak, then McDonald, then Applewick. The inning was to continue all that way. Longcar on the mound for Ohio State. It's been working pretty well. Ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swinging a high, chopping ground ball to short. Could be 2. Probably going to take too long for 2. They'll just go to second and get the lead out. Harrison is retired 6-4. That ball hung up in the air off the initial bounce for quite a while. Brokman is on with the fielder's choice.
Cooper Weiss.
Cooper Weiss, then David Novak. Weiss today has reached 3 times. A walk and a hit by pitch, a single. Sack bunt that got Brokman into scoring position. Doubt you'll see him do that here. Well, lead right on cue. Shows the bunt. Ohio State plating 2 runs in the top half of this inning that Miami will need to answer for. And a throw over to first, and now going from first to second is Brokman. Didn't need the sack bunt, same result. A pickoff that deflected into the first baseline. Cooper Weiss trying to drive in a run. Foul tip into the glove of Graveline. Check swing. Did not go around. Stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch drifting off the plate away. Count runs full. Novak patiently waiting with 1 out. Three-two. Hit down the left field line. Again, a long way, but it stays foul. Now this one down the right field line, and that goes foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. High quality at bat here. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Longcar.
David Novak.
And David Novak will bat with 2 down. Miami trying to answer as best they can. No balls and a strike, 2 outs. And this one gets into center field. Going from second to third is Brennaman. So he got to second on a throwing error by the pitcher Longcar. And now to third on a throwing error. Novak, McDonald, Applewick. Time taken down the third base line. This one skips away, gets over to the dugout, and that plates a run. So 2 errors by the pitcher Longcar on pickoff attempts, and then a wild pitch allows the run to come home. Otherwise, Brennaman might still be standing at first base. And Miami is right back within 2. Spikes one in the turf. Hit in the air, left center field. This one is going to get down on a hop in front of Lipsy. And it's just a long single.
19, Zach McDonald.
Just the bottom of the 7th inning. 5th and 6th innings, pretty quick here. 1, 2, 3 inning, and 4 batters to the plate for Miami in the 6th. Miami trying to rally here in the 7th. The 0-1. Fastball over the outer half. A 2-strike count. There it is. Caught looking, strike 3. 4th strikeout of the night for Wyatt Longcar, and we'll head to the 8th. Miami trailing by 2 on Love and Honor Live.
It's 2 errors.
Top of the 8th inning for Miami and Ohio State. And it is Ohio State leading this game by 2. It's a 4-6-3 double play that ended the last inning, and this is a line drive through the right side for Josh McAllister to start off the top of the 8th inning.
Number 24, Mitchell Oakley.
And Mitchell Oakley with Trey Lipsy, then Cade Kern to follow. If you're just joining us, we'll take you through how we got to this point here in just a moment. In the first inning, Ohio State played it a run. Then Miami answered in the bottom of the second. Top half of the third, Ohio State retook the lead at 3-1. But Miami struck for 6 in the bottom of the third, sent 12 men to the plate. Grand slam from Rylan Zaborowski. Bunt gets the backstop. Ohio State, though, didn't waste any time. Scored 6 in the top of the fourth. Miami in run in the bottom of the fifth. Ohio State 2 in the top of the seventh to add on to their 1-run lead. And then Miami got one of those runs back in the bottom of the seventh. Now here we are in the top of the 8th. Want to thank all of you joining us all night long here on the Chatterbox Sports stream. If you like the stream, make sure you click the like button. Hundreds of you watching. Try to get those likes up. The 0-2. Mitchell Oakley tonight reached on an error in the second inning and singled in the fourth. 1-2 bounces away. That allows McAllister to get to second. He's going to head for third, and he goes from first to third on the wild pitch. Mitchell Oakley now can drive in a run. Run standing just 90 feet away. So Miami plated that one in the bottom half of the seventh. Top of the 8th now. This game just crossed the 3-hour mark. Infield pulled in. Miami will be back in action this weekend. 3 games starting Friday. 2-2. And a swing on a pitch in the dirt. That was a drop third strike. They're going to have to complete the strike count, and they do. Second strikeout for Nick Vardavis. And a lineup back to the top for Trey Lipsy. And Cade Kern. And Tyler Petterini. Infield still playing in on a ground ball. Gotta make sure that run doesn't score. Paramount at this point in the game to just keep it at that 2-run lead. Only 6 outs left for Miami to try and tie this game. One-0. Both teams with 12 hits. 2 errors for Ohio State. One-one. Lipsy has been all over the base pass today. Was hit by a pitch to start the game, then singled in the 4th, singled in the 6th. He was caught stealing. Put out on the base pass. 2-1 hit to right field. It's shallow. Brokman coming in on it. On the run, makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. The play at the plate will bring the catcher Harrison up the line, and it's a sac fly for Lipsy. The lead for Ohio State is back to 3.
Cade Kern.
Cade Kern, the batter, and he led off the 7th inning. Hit a ball deep in the air to left field. Got lost in the night sky. Ended up being a double. After which he came around to score. Changed the whole dynamic of that 7th inning. Trying to end the inning here. The 0-2. The walks have been what has hurt Miami tonight. 10 of them, as opposed to the 10 strikeouts. Ohio State pitchers have struck out 12 Miami batters and walked 5. Miami looking for their 11th strikeout of the night. Vardavis gets it, his 3rd individually. Well, to the bottom of the 8th. Miami needs 3 runs. They have 6 outs left to get them. See if they can do it after this on Love and Honor Live. Bottom of the 8th inning from Oxford, Ohio. Miami and Ohio State. This game, 3 hours and 9 minutes. Still have 9 outs left. 3 runs separate Ohio State and Miami. Buckeyes trying to get these final 6 outs if they can. Miami has shown an ability to rally and answer when Ohio State has scored today. We'll see if they can do it again. Ohio State plated a run in the top half of this 8th. And they will have to do it against a new pitcher. It's Justin Eckert. Final line for Longcar coming to you momentarily. It's Applewing, Stone, Zaborowski here. There's a strike to work it back even. Longcar, 2 innings, 1 run on a hit. The run was not earned. Only unearned run for either team today. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Longcar threw 44 pitches, 27 for strikes. Applewick. Foul tip to the backstop. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. That's the only time he's been on base today. 6 of the 9 Miami hitters have scored in this game. Applewick is one of the 3 that haven't. The 2-2. Low and inside, runs the count full. Fans behind home plate doing their best to help out the RedHawks. 3-2, grounded foul. Eckert on the season, an 8.13 ERA, 2-3 record. He has made 6 starts. This is his 12th appearance in 31 innings. 19 strikeouts, 8 walks. Here's a ground ball that will get through the right side or at least be knocked down. Actually does go off the glove of the second baseman McAllister and get into right field. And that's a hit for Evan Applewick, his first hit of the night. And Nate Stone will be up. Nate Stone, a triple. Seems like a lifetime ago at this point. Down the right field line. Pulled the ball up and away. Was able to sneak it down inside the line. Got down into the corner. That single there from Evan Applewick was the 13th Miami single of the game. Out hitting Ohio State. One and two the count. Did not miss by much off the plate away. Graveline behind the plate, doing his best to try and frame it up. Two. Ohio State fans wanting a call third strike there. Gravelin tried to keep it out there. 3-2. And that's ball 4. Payoff pitch. He waited on it.
Brings up number 15,
Gravelin behind the plate. Shaking his head, thinking he had strike 3 twice. Seen this a couple times in this game. We'll see how Eckert is able to respond to that, especially with nobody out in this inning. Grounded foul over to the Miami dugout. Rylan Zaborowski, a grand slam last inning. Or not last inning, rather in the 3rd inning. I think we have a situation here where we need a new wristband. They run out of batteries. Might need a recharge on the wristband for Justin Eckert. One ball and 1 strike. Fans getting a little animated here as the night goes on. Pitched low and in, just hasn't been there tonight. Two one. Grounded foul. Get over the top of that. Bottom of the 8th. Time winding down for Miami to try and rally. But they've been right in this one with Big Ten opponent Ohio State all night. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Zaborowski down on strikes. First strikeout for Eckert.
Dylan Baker.
And Dylan Baker represents the tying run. A lot of room on the right side of the infield. A bunt down the third base line. This could be a hit. No, throw to first, and the bases are loaded. A well-timed bunt. Just dropped it along third. Tying run is on base for Miami.
Tommy Harrison.
Tommy Harrison come up. Grand slam for Tommy Harrison. Miami just needs 3 outs. Harrison, a ground ball to the left side, knocked down. They go to second for a force out. A run does score, but a really nice play made by Nick Irwin to potentially save 2 runs or even more. 2 runs likely would have scored. There has still been only 1 out. Stone gets to third. Baker is out 5-4.
Benji Brookman.
Harrison reaches on the fielder's choice, and Benji Brokman is up with 2 outs. Again, the tying run still on base. Ground ball slap foul into the Ohio State bullpen. A late swing there. The 0-1. This is the top of the lineup for Miami. You have Cooper Weiss, Novak, McDonald still to come. Get them up at least one more time in this game. Now you're looking at one more pitch, and the tying run is in scoring position. The 3-1. Fouled off. That was a very hittable pitch for Brokman. Brokman has been hit by a pitch and reached on a fielder's choice. Both times he's been on today, he has scored. This is his 6th time to the plate. The payoff pitch, up and in, ball 4. And the bases are loaded. The tying run is in scoring position.
Number 12, Cooper Weiss.
There's Cooper Weiss. A base hit could tie the game. And I think the Buckeyes are going to go to the bullpen. They will. That will do it for Justin Eckert. And the Buckeyes will go to a new arm. It's a lefty. We'll tell you about him after this. Landon Beinelshees is the new pitcher here in the bottom of the 8th inning, taking over from Justin Eckert and facing Cooper Weiss. And he's quickly ahead of Weiss, 0-2. Beinelshees, the freshman from Canfield, Ohio. And the 0-2 pitch is off the plate. This gets in the turf. The runners don't advance. A throw to first. If the catcher, Gravlin, had been looking down there, that potentially could have been the third out of the inning. Gravlin wasn't looking at first base. He's looking over to third, as he should have been, to make sure the runner didn't score. Still just a 2-2 count. 2 down in the inning, tying run in scoring position. Cooper Weiss frustrated. I'm wondering if he didn't like the pace he was pitching with. Ground ball foul. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Cooper Weiss trying to tie the game. A lot of real estate on the right side. And a fastball misses out. And now the drama builds. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runners go, and it's in the turf, ball 4. Miami's within a run.
Number 29, David Novak.
That is the 18th combined walk in this game. Now here's Novak. Swing and a miss. A base hit here, and then all of a sudden Miami would just need 3 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Fastball. Does he go to the fastball again? The 0-2. Outside. That one at 95 miles an hour. One, 2. Outside again at 94. Well, the last thing you want to do here, stating the obvious, you can't walk in the tying run. The 2-2. Here the fans starting to get antsy here at McKee Field at Hayden Park. Fans behind the plate trying to help him out. The 2-2. Low and in. And we are 1 pitch away from a tie game. The runners will be moving. It's 12-11. There they go, the pitch. Called strike 3. Right in the zone. And Miami leaves the bases loaded in the 8th. We'll head to the 9th. 12-11 Ohio State. Be back after this on Love and Honor Live. It's the top of the 9th inning here in Oxford, Ohio, and Ohio State has a 1-run lead at 12-11, and we have the 6th pitcher of the day for Miami. It's Lawson Blackmore taking over from Nick Vardavis, who threw 2 innings. He allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks, 3 strikeouts. Vardavis finished with 30 pitches, 17 of those were strikes. And now Ohio State with a chance to add on here in the 9th. Miami need at least 1 to tie, 2 to win. They have to get to that point first. Tyler Pennerini, Matthew Gravelin, and then Marcus Ernst to the plate in this inning. First pitch from Blackmore is inside. Blackmore, a senior from Van Wert, Ohio. Works back to even the count, a ball and a strike. Didn't play last year. Played in 6 games in 2021. It's a half swing and a miss from Petterini, who was all kinds of mixed up. One, two, up and out. This season for Blackmore, he's thrown 13 in a third innings. The ERA at 7.43. Infield shifted over to the right. The count runs full. Petterini has walked the last 2 times to the plate. Three-two incoming. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Blackmore. And on the day, that is the 12th strikeout for Miami pitching, 26th combined strikeout in the game between Miami and Ohio State. Matthew Gravelin, the catcher tonight, has been on 4 of his 5 trips to the plate. And a looping curveball for strike 1. Rolled right off the table into the zone. Gravelin just 1 hit. Lays off the second breaking pitch. One. Fastball up and in. This pitcher is starting to find the zone more now as the game has gone on. Strikeouts to 3 of the last 4 hitters. Oakley, Curran, Petterini. It didn't get strike 3. Where did that miss? Maybe just outside. Half a ball, maybe. Now, Blackmore has to collect himself. Payoff. That one a swing and a miss. It gets to the backstop. This will be close. The throw to first. Not in time. Drop third strike. That's the second strikeout for Blackmore. Gravelin gets to first on a drop third strike.
Marcus Ernst.
Marcus Ernst. Fastball on the outer half, strike one. The 0-1. That hit him. And he will head to first. So whereas would be just a runner on first and 2 outs. There's 2 runners on with just the 1 out. They're going to have a meeting on the mound. Doesn't look like anybody's really warming in the Miami bullpen.
A pinch runner.
Just a conversation here.
At first base, number 32, Hunter Rossum.
Hunter Rossum is the pinch hitter, or pinch runner, I believe, at first.
Number 5, Nick Irwin.
Ernst hit by that pitch. Irwin has reached 3 times today. Kazmar in the on-deck circle. Will bat unless Miami can turn 2. Keep it at a 1-run game. Miami has scored in the last 2 innings, 3 of the last 4. Check swing, and a called strike anyway. Kazmar, then McAllister waiting their turn. Miami trying to just get out of it. 3-2. There go the runners. Don't have to run. There's just 1 out. This game originally was scheduled for 7 p.m. tonight. Got bumped up an hour to 6 p.m. 3-2 again. A swing and a miss. The throw down to second. Strike him out, throw him out. Oh, the throw deflected. Now the throw to the plate. Got him! Oh, what a throw, what a play! Ohio State's furious that Tommy Harrison was blocking the plate. Still has not been ejected. Manny Gonzalez, a long leash here. Still not ejected. And a very animated discussion before we head to the bottom of the ninth. And he remains in the game. Bill Mozziello, I should say, stays in the game. And we'll head to the bottom of the ninth. It's just a one-run game. Miami needs one to tie. We'll see if they can get it after this. Miami just needs one run to tie the game, 2 to win. We'll see what happens here in the bottom of the ninth inning, and a huge swing to start off from Zach McDonald. And another swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Landon Beinelshees still the pitcher for Ohio State, the 0-2, up and out. It's been a close game all night. In fact, the biggest lead was Miami's 4-run lead that Ohio State rallied from. The 1-2. Called strike 3. Second strikeout for Beinelshees, and on the night, that is the 5th strikeout for Zach McDonald. He did single and score in the 3rd, but that's the 3rd strikeout looking to swinging. Here's Evan Applewick. And that's a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 down. And now we have a warning issued over to Miami's side. Again, Bill Mozziello, the head coach of Ohio State, is still in the game after that argument in the last half inning. No balls and 2 strikes on the curve from Beinelshees to Applewick. The 0-2. The 1-2. Hidden down the right field line. This is tailing, and a diving play caught in right field by Mitchell Oakley. Caught in right, and there's 2 down. Potentially a game-saving catch in right field by Oakley. And now there's 2 outs. Nate Stone, a triple all the way back in the second inning. The last hope for Miami. There's a strike. Oh and 1, the pitch. Over the outer half of the plate, strike 2, and Miami is down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Called, strike 3, and that ends this one. Miami kept it close. They rallied a couple of times, but could not come all the way back in the end. And Ohio State wins this midweek game between the Buckeyes and the RedHawks. A final score of 12-11. I want to thank all of you for watching all night long. What a game between Miami and Ohio State. The Buckeyes, they score 12 runs tonight on 12 hits with 2 errors. Miami, 11 runs on 14 hits with 2 errors. Thank you to everybody for watching tonight. Thank you to Reed Mouse to my left for producing tonight's game. We'll be back with you this weekend as Miami baseball and softball both play this weekend starting on Friday. This has been Love and Honor Live, a production of Chatterbox Sports. Paul Fritchner signing off. We'll see you next time right here from Oxford, Ohio.